What if you could meet yourself 10 years from now? Not the successful version you imagine on your best days, not the person you hope to become someday. The real version, the one your daily habits are creating right now. And what if that future version looked at you with tired eyes and said, "Please, stop waiting, because every day you delay, I pay the price." This is the story of a young man who discovered that freedom, wealth, and success are not built tomorrow. They are built today, one choice at a time. In a peaceful town surrounded by bamboo forests and distant mountains, there lived a young man named Wei Chen. Like many young people, Wei Chen carried big dreams in his heart. He wanted financial freedom. He wanted to earn enough to support his family. He wanted to travel the world. He wanted to control his own time instead of trading every hour for money. Every morning, he felt inspired. He watched motivational videos. He saved business ideas. He filled notebooks with goals and plans. He imagined a future where life looked completely different. But there was one problem. He never started. Whenever it was time to take action, a voice inside his mind whispered, "Tomorrow. Tomorrow I will learn that skill. Tomorrow I will start the business. Tomorrow I will launch the channel. Tomorrow I will improve my habits. Tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow." Days became weeks. Weeks became months. Months became years. Without realizing it, Wei Chen wasn't building success. He was building the habit of delay. From the outside, everything looked normal. He worked, he paid his bills, he laughed with friends. He lived an ordinary life. But deep inside, he carried a quiet frustration. The frustration of knowing he could do more. The frustration of watching time move while his dreams remained in the same place. Every night before sleeping, he felt it. That uncomfortable feeling. The feeling that he was becoming less than he was capable of being. Yet every morning, the cycle repeated. One evening, after another day lost to procrastination, Wei Chen wandered through an ancient Chinese garden. Red lanterns glowed softly beside a stone pathway. A cool breeze moved through the bamboo trees. The sun was disappearing behind distant mountains. There, sitting beside a small pond, was an elderly man named Master Liang. His face was calm, peaceful, as if he had been waiting for someone. When Wei Chen walked past, the old man smiled and asked, "Do you know the most expensive thing in the world?" Wei Chen thought carefully. "Gold?" Master Liang shook his head. "Diamonds?" Again, the old man smiled. "No." Curious, Wei Chen asked, "Then what is it?" The old man pointed toward the setting sun. "A wasted day." Wei Chen frowned. Master Liang continued, "You can earn back money. You can replace possessions. But a day that passes is gone forever." Then he reached into his robe and pulled out a small hourglass. Tiny grains of sand slowly slipped downward, without stopping, without waiting. Master Liang handed it to him. "What do you see?" "Sand," Wei Chen replied. The old man shook his head. "No, that is your life. Every grain is a moment. Whether you use it or waste it, it keeps falling." For a long moment, Wei Chen stared at the hourglass. Something shifted inside him. For the first time, he wasn't thinking about next year. He wasn't thinking about someday. He was thinking about today. That night, sleep refused to come. The image of the hourglass stayed in his mind. As he lay awake, he imagined meeting himself 10 years in the future. The man standing before him looked older, tired, regretful. A man carrying the weight of unfinished dreams. The future Wei Chen looked directly into his eyes. "I gave you thousands of mornings. I gave you opportunities. I gave you time. Why did you keep waiting? Wei Chen had no answer. Then the future version spoke again. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need perfect confidence. You don't need perfect timing. You only need to begin. Those words struck him harder than anything he had ever heard, because suddenly he understood the truth. His problem was never lack of talent. It was never lack of opportunity. It was never lack of intelligence. His greatest enemy was delay. The next morning, something changed. Not dramatically, not magically. Wei Chen didn't become rich overnight. He didn't suddenly achieve success. But he did something powerful. He started. He spent 30 minutes learning a valuable skill. The next day, he did it again, and again, and again. Some days he felt motivated. Some days he didn't. But he kept moving forward because he finally understood a lesson many people learn too late. Success is rarely built in giant moments. It is built in small daily actions repeated consistently. Days became weeks, weeks became months, months became years. And those tiny actions slowly transformed everything. His confidence grew, his knowledge grew, his income grew. Most importantly, his self-respect grew. For the first time in his life, he trusted himself. Because every day his actions matched his dreams. Years later, Wei Chen was living the life he once imagined. Not because he was lucky, not because he was special, but because he stopped waiting for tomorrow. He learned that freedom is not created by wishing. Freedom is created through daily discipline. A better future is not something you find. It is something you build. One choice, one action, one day at a time. And maybe that is why your future self is calling out to you right now. Because that future version already knows what you need to learn. The life you want is waiting. But it cannot meet you halfway. You must take the first step. Today, not tomorrow. Today. Because every day you delay becomes a regret your future self must carry. Lesson of the story. The greatest difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is not talent. It is action. Dreams without action become regret. Small actions repeated daily become freedom. Remember, your future is not being built someday. It is being built today. And the person you become tomorrow depends on what you choose to do right now.